Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to be amongst the esteemed speakers this evening. And good evening from Bangalore, India. And thank you once again. See, if you look at the NAP 2020, I think it's a big game changer. Dr. Anis V. Pillai rightly said that NAP 2020 empowers Indian higher education sector in terms of research. And there is a lot of focus on multidisciplinary research, like one student can pursue a degree from JNU at the same time he or she can pursue another degree from IIT Delhi. I think that's a fantastic efforts. And also the UGC has given clearance for engineering institutions to start no liberal arts program. I think one ma'am spoke about that. It's not about engineering because future will be for the people, those who have expertise in liberal arts, because we have seen that the people from liberal arts team, they're very creative and innovative. Okay, it's not always engineers. And at the same time, we have seen that NAP 2020, it empowers Indian higher education sector in terms of some of the revolutionary thoughts in the sense like the credit bank, okay, and multiple exit during the 4 years of UG program. I think that's also a great change. And we have seen that Study in India program, okay, which was started by India government in their FAST regime, okay, and there was a lot of focus and a lot of efforts were taken to improve the quality of higher education, especially research. Now, if you want to talk about the research, I think a lot of deliberations already made. Like in UK, in other countries, we have the REF, Research Excellence Framework. In India also, we have the similar category of some framework wherein each research scholar has to conform to those guidelines. But Gujarat, there is a fantastic example of Gujarat, and Gujarat government has said they've identified some 50, 60 areas wherein all research scholars need to pursue their research so that whatever their outcome, that can be useful for the state. I think that's very, very important. What one ma'am spoke about in Stanford University, they have translational research, wherein all the research outcome, whether it can be implemented as a policy measure. I think Gujarat has taken the lead. I think similar kind of efforts are taken by the other states as well, wherein focus is given, wherein scholars can pursue research in the area of national interest. I think that's the fantastic efforts already has been taken. And other than the newspaper, it was there that common admission test, okay, for the all UG programs in all central universities. I think that's also another very positive approach, given a equal platform, okay, to all the students across India. So there are a lot of initiatives like collaboration. What was spoken in India, UGC encouraged the local universities to collaborate to share the resources. I think that's a very positive approach. But private institutions, they have their own interest because they compete with each other in terms of admission, because majority the revenue comes from the fees income. Non-fees income, that's one area I think we need to focus. And non-fees income can only come, what I think other speakers also said about MDP and having the own consulting firm, okay, or some kind of mentorship to the corporate, I think, or being a chair professor of some or industry sponsored project. I think these are the areas I believe where the institutions need to work and need to shift the focus from fees income to non-fees income. If that can be done, I'm sure that automatically quality improvement will be there. Now we see the QS ranking 2022. Okay, some 30 institutions, they have got place within 300 ranks, and IIT Bombay leading, followed by IIT Delhi and Indian Institute of Science. Okay, and so that's a positive, positive things we can see, because before there was no awareness about the QS ranking. Okay, now there is a strong awareness. And people, they have come to know what are the different parameters they focus. They started documentation. It doesn't mean that we are not very good, because India is known as human capital of the world. Okay, you look at all the major companies, okay, and everywhere you'll find out Indians holding senior position. Okay, it's just the positioning of the country. I think that makes a lot of difference. And there is nothing absolute in terms of education, economics, or anything we talk about. It's all connected with the political, the leadership. And today, I must tell, being apolitical, I'm not supporting any political party, that India is in its strongest position wherein the present Prime Minister is ranked #1 in the global leadership survey with 77% vote. I think that's something. India, even dealing the Russian invasion into Ukraine, the India's role in mediating with continuous pursuing Zelensky and Putin to come to a common table. I think that itself has given a strong position. India being the largest democracy, I think these will have impact on other areas as well, whether it is economy, whether it is education sector or other areas. See, people, they have a lot of P-degree effect in the sense, okay, people, they do their UG program and masters, they go for US, Stanford and Harvard, okay, just they be sure that if we get that tag, okay, definitely they'll get a good position. But if we look at, there are plenty of indigenous Indians, those who have studied in Indian universities and holding very, very strong position. I think the focus, the mobility, okay, it's shifting from US to Australia to China, and slowly it will come to India. 100% being the largest democracy, being a peaceful country, and having a very strong culture, ethos, and values. Now, world have identified India, okay, as a peacemaking nation, has a lot of potential in terms of market, in terms of consumer. So that's the emerging area. And where the universities go, and you have seen that UGC already has cleared some 100 top US ranking universities to started their op campus in India. Okay, let them come and start their op center. So that will given a tough competitions among Indian universities, and these competitions collectively, it will help to improvise the quality of the education. And similar line, the Indian universities also, they have given freedom. If they get some NAC score, that they can go for twinning program and the double program with the foreign universities. So already things are in place, and many universities, they're going for twinning program. Okay, so I strongly believe that Indian universities, they're doing quite well, and outcome-based education, which is a part of Washington Accord, India is a signatory, already enforced by 2021 last year. All institutions, higher educational institutions, they have the OBE in place. So things are in the right direction. And in terms of digital India, in terms of Make in India and the Atmanirbhar Bharat, you see the kind of changes is happening. Now, defense equipments and the infrastructure, these equipments and weapons are given to the private entity to manufacture. You can see what kind of, it will give impetus to the mechanical, civil engineering and other engineering streams. I think that synergy, that ecosystem is already created. Now it's time to time for the action for the universities. Okay, and I'm sure under the new chairman of UGC, who was a former vice chancellor of JNU, he's a very visionary person, and he has taken very positive lead, okay, to transform the higher education. And some of the measures, as I said, the multidisciplinary approach, the admission to the PhD program, and another area which is the debate, a great discussion across the world, industry institute interface, not only India, across world, everywhere that problem is there. Now he has said that professor of practice, which is a part of Harvard, then IIM Ahmedabad adopted that particular professor of practice. Now UGC has said that industry, experts, they can join as a professor even without PhD degree. I think that's a very, very positive approach. We must encourage, okay, the management teachers without having industry experience. I think it's a very, explain how they can teach some of the subjects, the marketing management without selling a product. Okay, theory part is okay, but practical part, I think that is the major need. And the current chairman of UGC had rightly recognized it. There are a lot of potential in the industry because they are doing action research. They may not have PhD doctoral degree, but they are into action research. Every day their life is action research. Now, what that value addition goes to? Because academicians, they did not take interest, they did not invite industry people to the academics because of some vested interest. Now, these things are going under change. And this is a very, very positive approach. And I strongly believe that India will be the next education hub after China in Asia. And global students from across the globe, they will come to India for the higher studies, given the NAP 2020 in place, given the current leadership of the country, which is positioning India's the image building. That's very, very important, right? Image building as a nation, how India is, how it's positioning, that determines its impact on education, on economy, and on other aspects. I think that is happening now. And I'm all positive that India will definitely will be the one of the top destinations in Asia, along with China, okay, to attract the foreign students. And definitely what Nalanda happened in 5th century, okay, 5th century by this Kumaragupta won. That time India was leading. And Nalanda, okay, surprising, Nalanda started rebuilding during the previous government, but present government has completely reconstructed Nalanda University exactly it was before. See the kind of interest the government has taken to position itself. So if government can do this thing, I'm sure that India, and it's the right time that India has its strong positioning in the global geopolitical context, or it's the economy or the market. Okay, India has huge potential. And I am all hopeful that with the present system in place, NAP 2020, India is looking forward, and definitely within 5 to 10 years, India will have double, triple of the number of foreign students which are at present that are coming and pursuing higher education in India. Thank you so much, Sri Kumar.